We've got with us Brendan Williams, the president of the Dominica Amateur Athletics Association. Brendan, we're here at the 5th Alba Games. It's the first time that Dominica is going to be participating, and we have quite a large team for athletics to represent Dominica. You know, first of all, just the joy of being at the Alba Games. Any words on that?
Yeah, I mean, any opportunity that we get to represent our country in terms of athletics, we are most grateful for that. And the athletes, most of them is their first games representing Dominica, and also is the largest contingent of athletes that we have had at any games. And I'm just speaking about athletics, much less to say that we have 130 delegation here at the Alba Games. So it's exciting to have them here today, first day of training, doing a shakeout, and just getting in the phases.
All right, Brendan, in terms of how you or I should say the results that you're probably expecting, we have some, while you said it's, you know, a young team, some of them for the first time, but there are a few of them with experience. Well, what are your expectations? You know,
my first expectations for all the athletes is to go out there and do their best. You know, respect themselves and conduct themselves as ambassador of state. And whatever, you know, goals that they get, you know, they achieve. If it's to win a medal, if it is to win a personal best, as long as they achieve their personal goals.
All right, you had a discussion with the athletes before the training. You know, what sort of words of encouragement, words of advice you had for them?
You know, to reinforce that these games is just, you know, the platform for more games. Because as we know, we have the Olympic Games next year, but additionally, under the auspices of the Dominica Olympic Committee, the Sports Division, and the Athletics Association, we have more than 10 regional and international games. So it's just telling the athletes to conduct themselves professionally and put their best foot forward.
Brendan, you said at the beginning it's the largest contingent that we've ever had for an athletics event. You know, the people of Venezuela, they've really embraced us here, you know, in Venezuela. But from the athletics point of view, what would you like to see moving forward in terms of having, you know, large contingents like this, you know, for other meets?
You know, if we talk about large contingent, the first thing it is on finance, you know, the financial resource to get that. But also it's detrimental on the athletes to perform. You know, we can have a large contingent at any competition. We could go to Guadeloupe Martinique with 40 athletes. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to strive at the Athletics Association, and I would assume sports in general, is to have athletes who ably and represent Dominica with quality. Therefore, that's why we set standards for these events, so that these athletes can go out there and perform to the best of their abilities.
All right, just want to focus a bit on the events. We have some, like the Carifta Games gold medalist, for example, Addison James. We have, you know, a number of the top performers from the Carifta Games here. You know, what sort of leadership role do you expect them to play with the younger athletes?
Yeah, one of the first things we did today as the management of the athletics team is to appoint team captains. It has never been done before, so we have elected Mr. Philip Nathan Telemark as the male captain and Miss Alika St. John as the female captain. But like you rightly said, athletes like Addison, a lot of other athletes look up to him because of his string of successes. So he also has a leadership role. And you know, what we expect from these athletes is to bring up the younger ones. Do not feel that, you know, sometimes it's a lonely place when you're always going to competitions by yourself. I felt it when I was an athlete. So we want them to encourage them with their positive outcomes, with their positive reinforcements, and the way they speak to the athletes, the way they perform on and off the field.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Brendan Williams, and all the best.
No problem.